Dan Campbell said it's not all doom and gloom inside the building, and we are trying to get past that abysmal Thanksgiving loss to the Green Bay Packers, but at least the Minnesota Vikings lost on Monday night, and the Detroit Lions have a chance after a 10-day rest to get the stench of losing off of them coming up against the New Orleans Saints. Got a good defense, the Saints do, but it's a game that on paper we should be able to win. Hopefully our offense can clean up the turnovers and our defense can step up where needed. But our team has been kind of has played themselves into the limelight in 2023. Remember, if we go back to 2022, your Detroit Lions were the only team in the NFL to not have a primetime game. Now, for the record, Thanksgiving does not count. 425 does not count. We're talking about Monday night, Sunday night, or Thursday night. The Detroit Lions did not get any primetime games coming off the 2021 season. They literally played their way into the last game of the season. For those of you who don't really pay attention to this, going into each season, there are 272 NFL games over 18 weeks of play. And for the past 5 years that I've been on this platform, every single year, the NFL will push a game in week 18 to the final Sunday night game. So it's never announced to begin the season. It's not even on the schedule to begin the season. But usually what they do is it's a game that has a lot riding on it. So if you go back to 2022, you had the Detroit Lions that were playing for something into the Seattle Seahawks, beat the Rams, which eliminated us off a tiebreaker from playoff contention. And then the focus became on, can the Detroit Lions keep Aaron Rodgers and possibly his last game in Green Bay out of the playoffs? And that's what we did. So game 272 usually has a lot of stakes behind it. So the Detroit Lions played their way from no primetime games in 2022 to going 8-2 over their last 10, ending the season game 272 with the chance to make the playoffs and then the chance to keep the Green Bay Packers out. In doing so, not only did we earned our way into massive primetime games this season, and we started off and did not disappoint the game number 1 against the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Now, why is this important? Because the Detroit Lions came out, started Thursday night. That was primetime game number 1. Then we had a primetime game in week 4 against the Green Bay Packers. And I want to say that we've had a Monday night as well. We've had so many this year that I lost count, but we have another one as well. The Denver Bronco game in week 15. This is coming from the NFL, a memo they put out today. Week 15 flex scheduling. Eagles Seahawks to Monday night. And here is what is important to us. What they did is, this is the regular schedule: Los Angeles Chargers at Las Vegas Raiders. This game will probably mean something for the Chargers or the Ravens, because they're both kind of the same. And then here we go right here. Saturday the 16th, so the 2 days later, we have the Minnesota Vikings at Cincinnati Bengals. They start NFL Network at 1 p.m. And then Pittsburgh at Indianapolis Colts. Both of these teams currently are in the playoffs. That's at 4:30. And then here we go. The Denver Broncos at Detroit Lions at 8:15 on NFL Network. And this will be Saturday, December 16th. So for the past couple of years, what happens is the NFL will do triple headers on Saturday. And typically they're in December. They've been doing this since I've been talking Detroit Lions on YouTube, probably the last 4 or 5 years. It always happens like that. December is like a crazy month when it comes to NFL football. So what they did is they pushed our game is now going to be, I think it was TBT or TBD, and now it is going to conclude the Saturday night triple header on NFL Network. So you can't watch these games. I don't think you can watch them on ABC. You may be able to, but they've been doing this every year for like the last 4 or 5 years. And then, so this is another game, and this is considered a prime time game. This is in a prime time slot, which is, I want to say after 6 p.m. So if the game is scheduled like a night game, that is a prime time slot. So that is a slot where the majority of America can see the game. But in this case, you may have to have cable. I'm not sure if you can watch these on Channel 7. Sometimes you can see them on NFL Network and Channel 7. But I want to say these Week 15 games are exclusive to cable. You have to have a cable provider to either watch it through the internet or watch it through a hardwire channel 181 if you're local here in Michigan in the Detroit area. So your Detroit Lions, after going from 0, the only team, 31 other teams having a primetime game, having none, playing their way into one, getting a game to start the season, not disappointing. I'm telling you, man, this year, the NFL could have something brewing for our Detroit Lions. But first things first, we have to beat the Saints and take care of business there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you excited about the Denver Broncos coming to Ford Field at 8:15? I'm going to tell you what, the Lions have 2 home games left. I was looking at prices for this. I'm sure they skyrocketed after this. I don't know if I'll try to still go to this game, but I want to try. So let me know if you plan to be in attendance. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.